rock on. Ooh.
The 1980s loved success stories. Big singles, big moments, big careers that were supposed to keep going.
My angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold.
But rock didn't always work that way. Sometimes one song broke through so hard, it rewrote the band's entire future. Not because they failed afterward, but because the industry, the audience, and the moment all froze them in place. These are rock songs from the 80s that hit once, hit massive, and never let go. Not forgotten tracks, defining ones. And every one of them came with a cost.
So you think I got a funny face? I got no worries.
Number 1, Come On, Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your voice.
This song doesn't ask for your attention, it takes it. From the opening chant, Come On, Feel the Noise, feels less like a single and more like a declaration. Loud, unapologetic, built for arenas that didn't even know they wanted metal yet.
All around us we got some disgrace, and no hurry.
Quiet Riot didn't just have a hit, they kicked open a door. This was the song that pushed heavy guitars into the American Top 40 in a way that hadn't happened before. For a moment, it looked like everything was about to change. But that moment came with pressure no band survives easily. They were suddenly expected to represent an entire movement. Not just themselves, but metal as a commercial product. Every follow-up was measured against this explosion, and nothing was ever allowed to just exist on its own terms. The irony is brutal. The song that made them historic also made them immobile. When a breakthrough becomes a benchmark, the bar doesn't move. The artist does, usually out of the frame.
She was pure like snowflakes. No one could ever stain the memory.
Number 2, Centerfold by the J. Giles Band.
My angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold. My love.
Centerfold sounds like confidence, but it isn't. It's playful, catchy, and packed with humor, the kind of song that feels effortless on the surface. That ease is exactly why it became unavoidable.
I'm looking through a girl's magazine, and there's my home angel.
The tension underneath is insecurity. This song isn't about desire as power. It's about embarrassment, comparison, and realizing that fantasy doesn't protect you from feeling small. That emotional core got buried under how big the hit became.
She walk, does she talk, does she come complete? My homeroom mate.
For the J. Giles Band, the irony was sharp. After years of grinding it out as a blues rock outfit, this was the song that finally broke through and instantly redefined them.
My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the center.
Centerfold didn't misrepresent the band, it just froze them in a version of themselves they couldn't escape. Sometimes success arrives dressed as a joke, and the joke outlives everything else.
And I'm looking in the mirror all the time, wondering what she don't see.
Number 3, Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield.
You know I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I.
Jesse's Girl is restless energy. From the opening riff, it feels trapped, pacing in circles, unable to say the thing it knows it shouldn't.
I've been funny, I've been cool with the lines. Ain't that the way love's?
That nervousness is the entire point. This isn't a confident song. It's a song about wanting something you can't justify wanting.
And he's holding her in his arms late at night.
The friction here was image. Rick Springfield became a pop icon overnight, and the song's emotional complexity got flattened into teen idol packaging. The frustration, the self-awareness, the quiet shame, all of it disappeared behind the hit. What lingered was the chorus, not the discomfort.
Where can I find a woman like that, like Jesse's girl?
Jesse's Girl survived because it was honest about desire being messy. The career around it never quite escaped the expectation that honesty created. Some songs tell the truth too clearly, and the audience only hears the hook. Number 4, Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Come
I swear, at this moment.
Come On Eileen sounds chaotic, and that chaos is intentional. The song lurches forward, tempo shifts, emotional swings, urgency that borders on desperation. It feels like something barely holding itself together. That instability made it unforgettable. But it also made everything that followed impossible to place. Dexy's Midnight Runners weren't a novelty band, but this song became one of the most singular cultural moments of the decade. The image, the energy, the insistence, all of it overwhelmed the rest of their identity. The underlying issue wasn't ambition, it was permanence. Once a song captures a moment that vividly, it stops belonging to the artist. It belongs to memory. Come On Eileen didn't fade. It locked itself in. Some songs don't age, they repeat. Number 5. 99 Luftballons by Nena. 99 Luftballons sounds light, almost playful. But beneath that melody is dread. The song tells a story about escalation, misunderstanding, and destruction. Wrapped in a hook catchy enough to sneak past defenses. That contrast is why it worked everywhere at once, and why it couldn't happen again. For Nena, the song's message became inseparable from its moment. Cold War anxiety, pop accessibility, and novelty collided in a way that no follow-up could replicate. The problem wasn't language, it was scale. When a song becomes symbolic, it stops functioning like a single. It becomes an event. 99 Luftballons didn't just chart, it landed. And sometimes, landing that hard leaves nowhere else to go. Number 6. Fantasy by Aldo Nova. Fantasy sounds like control. The guitars are precise, the hook is polished. Everything lands exactly where it's supposed to. This isn't chaos breaking through, it's rock engineered for dominance. And it worked. The song hit fast, crossed formats, and turned Aldo Nova into a name overnight. But unlike bands that built momentum slowly, this was instant definition. One song told the world who he was, before he had time to decide that for himself.
Neon lights shining brightly make a rainy night.
When success arrives fully formed, there's no room to evolve in public. Audiences don't wait. Labels don't experiment. They want that song again, with slightly different packaging.
See the girls with the dresses so tight. Give you love.
Fantasy didn't just open a door, it closed others behind it. Some artists are trapped by failure. Others are trapped by how perfectly one moment landed. Number 7. Black Velvet by Alannah Myles. After all that force, Black Velvet pulls the air out of the room. This song moves slower, heavier. It doesn't punch, it sinks in. Blues-soaked, moody, and hypnotic, it feels like the end of a decade that's starting to realize how tired it is.
Mama's dancing, baby on her shoulder.
Alannah Myles wasn't selling volume or attitude here, she was selling atmosphere. And for a moment, it worked so well that the song eclipsed everything else around it, including her future.
Mississippi, in the middle of the dry.
The issue wasn't talent, it was expectation. Once you release something this specific, this self-contained, the audience doesn't want range. They want that feeling again. And anything different feels like a letdown, even when it isn't.
New religion that'll bring us
Black Velvet didn't just define an artist, it became the only version most people were willing to remember. Some songs don't fade, they loom. If this kind of deeper look at rock history is your lane, the moments behind the hits, not just the hits themselves, you might want to subscribe and keep this series close.
Making love to you was never second best.
Number 8, I Melt With You by Modern English.
I'll stop the world and melt with you.
I Melt With You feels warm the moment it starts. It's gentle, romantic, almost weightless. The kind of song that's been soundtracking weddings, movies, and memory montages for decades. Most people hear it as pure affection, uncomplicated and sincere. That's only half the story. The song was written with the end of the world in mind.
You've seen the difference and it's getting better.
Nuclear anxiety, the quiet acceptance that if everything was about to disappear, love was the only thing worth holding on to. That context changes everything. The friction wasn't popularity, it was reinterpretation. As the song grew more famous, its meaning flattened. What began as intimacy in the face of collapse became a universal love anthem, stripped of its urgency and fear.
I saw the world crashing all around your face.
For Modern English, that transformation was permanent. The song escaped its origin, and the band couldn't follow it into the version of itself the world preferred.
Dream of better lives, the kind which never hate.
I Melt With You didn't fail them. It simply outgrew them. Some songs survive because they feel timeless. Others survive because we rewrite them until they do. Number 9, In a Big Country by Big Country. This song feels enormous the moment it starts. Those guitars don't just play, they announce. They sound like something between bagpipes and stadium rock. Instantly recognizable, instantly tied to a place and a feeling. In a Big Country gave the band an identity so specific it became impossible to outrun. The song crossed borders, crossed formats, and briefly made them feel inevitable. The underlying issue wasn't songwriting, it was pressure. Audiences didn't want to hear where the band might go next. They wanted to return to this exact moment, this sound, this scale, this instant recognition. When a band invents a signature that strong, it stops being a calling card. It becomes a fence. Number 10, The Warrior by Scandal. The Warrior is pure mid-80s confidence. Big chorus, big image. A song built to own MTV as much as radio. It doesn't ease into its power, it declares it outright. Scandal became visible everywhere at once. The song wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. Once the moment passed, the band was left carrying the weight of a song that defined them too cleanly. The industry wanted repetition. The audience wanted familiarity. Growth had nowhere to land. The Warrior didn't fail them. It simply finished its job too well. Some songs win the battle so completely, there's nothing left to fight for.
Oh, you baby, I would swim the sea. Nothing I'd do for you.
Number 11, Tough Enough by the fabulous Thunderbirds. Tough Enough sounds relaxed, almost casual, and that's deceptive. This is blues rock polished just enough to slip into the mainstream without losing its grit. It grooves instead of punches, confident without needing to prove anything. For years, the fabulous Thunderbirds lived comfortably outside the pop spotlight. Then this song crossed over and suddenly everything about them was redefined by a single, smooth moment.
I wrestle with a lion and a grizzly bear. It's my life, baby.
What made the band interesting, their looseness, their roots, their refusal to chase trends, got flattened into one digestible version of themselves.
I would walk 10 miles on my hands and knees. Ain't no
Tuff Enuff didn't misrepresent them, it simplified them. And simplification is often the price of being heard.
I used to think maybe you love me. Now, baby, I'm sure.
Number 12, Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves.
Now I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa,
This song feels impossible to escape. From the first blast of horns, Walking on Sunshine sounds like pure joy. Uncomplicated, bright, almost aggressively positive.
I just can't wait till the day when you knock on my door.
Because this wasn't a novelty track. It was a perfectly constructed pop rock song that hit so hard and so completely, it erased everything else the band tried to do afterward.
Now every time I go for the mailbox, I gotta hold myself down.
Once a band becomes synonymous with happiness, there's nowhere to go without disappointing someone.
'Cause I just can't wait till you write me you're coming around.
Any attempt at depth gives way to expectation. Walking on Sunshine didn't trap the band because it was shallow. It trapped them because it was definitive. Sometimes a song smiles so brightly it casts a long shadow.
Danny, I got your number. I need to make you mine.
Number 13, 8675309 Jenny by Tommy Tutone.
8675309.
This song didn't just become a hit, it became a cultural nuisance. Jukeboxes, radios, answering machines, real phone numbers that never stopped ringing. The song stopped being music and started being infrastructure.
Jenny, Jenny, who can I turn to?
Tommy Tutone didn't just release a catchy track. They released a concept so sticky, it overwhelmed everything else they made.
Give me something I can hold on to.
No follow-up ever had a chance to exist outside of its shadow. When a song becomes unavoidable, it stops inviting attention and starts demanding it.
Danny, don't change your number. 8675309.
Some hits don't fade away. They linger until nothing else can be seen around them. Number 14, Rock On by Michael Damian.
Hey kids, rock and roll, rock on. Ooh.
Rock On feels like the end of something. Released right as the decade was winding down, this cover arrived polished, controlled, and perfectly suited for late 80s MTV. Michael Damian didn't build a career on momentum, he was handed a moment. One song, perfectly packaged for its time, with no room to expand beyond it. By the late 80s, the industry wasn't patient anymore. Either a song worked immediately, or the machine moved on. Rock On worked, and then the machine moved on anyway. Some artists don't get stuck because they fail. They get stuck because the window closes the second they step through it. Number 15, Don't Wanna Fall in Love by Jane Child. This song ends the decade quietly. Don't Wanna Fall in Love doesn't explode, it hovers. It feels inward, cautious, and emotionally guarded, like someone already aware of the cost of visibility. Jane Child didn't arrive selling excess or bravado. She arrived with restraint. And restraint doesn't always survive in an industry that rewards immediacy. When the moment passed, the song stayed behind as a reminder of how quickly the spotlight can shift, especially when you don't chase it. This isn't a song about heartbreak, it's a song about hesitation, and hesitation rarely gets a second chance. Looking back, these songs weren't accidents. They were collisions between timing, pressure, and how the industry decides who gets to keep going. Being a one-hit wonder doesn't mean an artist failed. It means one moment spoke louder than everything that followed. And sometimes that moment is enough to last decades. If one of these songs hits differently for you now than it did the first time you heard it, I'd genuinely like to hear why. And if this kind of slow, thoughtful look at rock history is your kind of thing, you know where to find more of it.